You guys were expecting a song, right? Because I always sing a song in the beginning of my hauls. Well, this monkey's not gonna dance. Poor unfortunate souls in pain, in need, because we read this one longing to be a wizard. That one wants to read all day, and do I help them? Yes, indeed. Hello everyone, I'm Natasha, and today I'm doing a haul, a book haul. I do a lot of those clothing hauls too. Just check them out. Simon & Schuster sent me some really fun summer reads to share with you guys in my video today. Thank you to them for sponsoring this video. So let's get into the haul. I have a lot of different genre type of novels, a lot of like adult reads, which I'm really excited about. But I've also got, you know, some favorite young adult novels to share with you guys. First up, I have the whole To All the Boys I Loved Before series by Jenny Han. If you guys didn't know, Jenny just announced that the movie is happening. They've already cast the entire film. I think they're starting production already. They kept it under wraps. Who knew that this was happening? So I'm really excited to jump back in and finally finish the series. I've only actually read the first book. I read this a few years ago when everyone would start talking about it, and I really love this book. It's so cute. It's just one of those fun contemporaries that you don't ever want to put down because you just want to find out, like, you know, it's the boy and the girl that get together. P.S. I Still Love You is the second book, and then Always Forever Laura Jean is the last book that just came out. I think these covers are so brilliant. They're beautiful. I love how in some of these books they have either authors blurbing them or they actually have reviews. This one has reviews on it, and I think that like goes to show how popular a book is if you don't need like another author's help. A sweet and charming sequel that is sure to be devoured by fans of the first book. This is from Booklist. I would obviously go into the summary of this, but then that would spoil it. So To All the Boys I Loved Before is about Laura Jean, and she has written these letters to all the boys she's loved before, and they suddenly get mailed to all the boys that she's loved. Hijinks that happen, a lot of drama. It's just a really fun contemporary to read, and you feel like all the emotions. I love that feeling of just utter anger when something bad happens or when things don't go the character's way and one of the characters hurts her, and so that's what I love about this book, is because I feel all those things. If you guys are wondering, I now officially have to wear glasses. These are actually my dad's frames. This is what's up with the face. Next up, I have The Necklace by Claire McMillan. This is an adult novel. This is historic fiction. It's set in the Jazz Age. It's all about this necklace. Obviously. This Indian ornate, super valuable necklace comes into the hands of like the black sheep of the family. Her name is Nell. All these different family members come out of the woodwork and they start circling her, like looking for her weaknesses. Sounds like a lot of like family intrigue and cutting people down and getting to what you want. And I think just how it's set in the Jazz Age is such like a rich setting, and I'm really excited to get into this because historical fiction is one of my favorite things to read. Kirkus Review says, with an expansive cast of vivid characters, McMillan weaves a complex and compelling narrative that balances intensity and levity, written with wit, compassion, and a meticulous attention to period and cultural detail. That's what I'm excited about, is a world experiencing the 1920s and the Jazz Age and the flapper girls who don't wear bras. Speaking of historical fiction, we have the queen of historical fiction, besides Diana Gabaldon, which is Philippa Gregory. She has written a slew of novels for the last 30 years. I have actually never picked up one of her books, although this is the last book of the Tudors series, but it follows the last queen. It is Lady Jane Grey. She ruled for 9 days. If you guys didn't know that, I'm sure if you took English history or you're from Europe, you would know that. I haven't read anything about this queen. Now, I watched the show The Last Tudors, not The Last Tudors, The Tudors. I love the Tudors family because they're insane. At least Henry VIII was insane. He killed all of his wives. Philippa Gregory has some of her novels. They were adapted to screen. The White Queen, The White Princess, which is on Stars right now. I watched The White Queen a few years ago. Max Irons was in it, and so I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna watch it. I love Max Irons. But the tagline for this one says, 1 royal family, 2 barren queens, 3 heirs to the crown, everything to play for. Yeah, it sounds intense. Next book I have is The Party by Robin Harding. Now, this book is for fans of Big Little Lies. If you guys watched the miniseries on HBO this last, fall I think it came out? Winter? I can't remember. This mom and dad put on, you know, a little fun sleepover for the 16-year-old daughter in San Francisco, and they thought everything was gonna be hunky-dory and fine. And then something horrible happens. Actually, the summary says horrific happens. So I want to know what that horrific thing is. Was there a prank played? Did someone die? I don't know. It kind of sounds like the Breakfast at Tiffany's party that happened in Big Little Lies, but that was all like women. These are like 16-year-old girls. So who knows what happens at this party? But it's all about a family and what goes on behind closed doors and what children and parents keep from each other. So it sounds like we're gonna like tear apart a family who has wealth and privilege. I don't know. It sounds fun to me. One invitation, a lifetime of regrets. That's its tagline. I'm not too familiar with any of these authors who have blurbed the back of the book, but the first one says, cleverly constructed and brilliantly paced, the party is a raw telling of a family coming apart at the seams. Robin Harding weaves a riveting tale that is impossible to put down. That's from Bill Clegg, who is the author of Did You Ever Have a Family? Next up, we have a novel called Lovin Gelato by Jenna Evans Welch. This is her debut novel. This is about a road trip through Tuscany. The tagline on the back says, I made the wrong choice. So the main character, Lena, her mother's dying wish, she wants her to visit her father in Italy, and then something unexpected happens and she goes on a road trip through Tuscany. It just sounds really fun and like a great summer read, something to take with you to the beach or on vacation. I love gelato, by the way. Gelato is like my favorite thing. I am not a really big ice cream person. It has to be like super chocolatey, and gelato is the best because their chocolate is the best. There's also a companion novel coming out in 2018 that's called Love and Luck. This is an interesting novel. When I read about it, I was like, okay, this is something that I've never ever read before. Actually, these colors look like a Dr. Seuss book, but this is not Dr. Seuss at all. Mrs. Fletcher by Tom Perrotta. Tom Perrotta is the author of The Leftovers. It's that show on HBO. It's all about like the people left over after the rapture. I've seen some of it because my mom watches it. I didn't know that was a book. I guess he's a best-selling author of Little Children as well. This one I think is it's a bit different. It's a bit different. So it follows this mother and this son. So it's this 46-year-old divorcee and her son is going off to college. She's alone, empty nester, doesn't have much to do. She gets this text from this anonymous person saying, you are my MILF. So that kind of like sets her off on this path, the sexual awakening of a middle-aged woman. And at the same time, we're following her son who is going to school in New England. And I'm wondering if like the text is from one of her son's friends. I don't know. He quickly realizes that his high school frat boy over self, girls aren't attracted to that at his school. This is a blurb from Richard Russo, Pulitzer Prize winning author of Empire Falls. I know that book. Tom Perrotta has always been a smart, fearless writer, a wet-your-pants funny satirist who will in the very next sentence ambush you with genuine emotion. Buckle your seatbelt and surrender your dignity because Mrs. Fletcher is a romp. I wasn't expecting it to be funny. Now I want to read it more. Last but not least, we have one of the most anticipated books of the year by many people, which is Lord of Shadows by Cassandra Clare. This is the second book in the Dark Artifices series. I have not finished Lady Midnight yet, and yet I have this book. Funny story, when I was at BookCon, we were in a big group talking with Cassie. You know, I hadn't finished Lady Midnight, you know, but I know the characters. You know, I'm in the middle of the book and I'm trying to get to this one. Cassie just goes and spoils who she killed in this book. Just nonchalantly. And I'm just like, ah! So I put Lady Midnight down because I was a bit traumatized from that. I'm trying to forget it and put it out of my mind of who she killed, but it's not working. I'll come back to it. This book is massive. I actually got the arc of this, but then I heard that there's a lot of things that they changed, so I'm glad that I have the real copy so that I don't get confused of what was left out and what's new. The Dark Artifices trilogy, I think it's a trilogy, right? It is following the Mortal Instruments, so that's in the timeline. It's an urban fantasy about demon hunters, shadow hunters, we all know. This one follows the aftermath of that, the politics of what happens after a war. We all know this. We follow a blonde badass named Emma, and it's set in LA, and I love that because I know exactly where everything is when I'm reading this. And that's it for my little haul, my summer haul of different genres and adult books. They all sounded really interesting, and thank you to Simon Schuster for sending them to me and for sponsoring this video. I hope you guys enjoyed this video and you got some ideas of what to read. I will have another haul coming up soon. I have a lot of other backlog books I have to show you guys because I got some more books. Thank you all for watching. I'm Natasha. I'll see you guys later in a new video. Keep calm and fangirl on! Oh, hold on. Keep calm and fangirl on! Bye!